morning to all new students. Welcome to the Faculty of Economics and Administration, University of Malaya. My name is Jana and I will be your MC for this briefing session. The briefing session will be starting shortly. We appreciate it if you could kindly mute your microphone and turn off your camera throughout the session. Before we start, I would like to inform all students that today we will have a question and answer session in which we will use the platform Slido. To participate, students can Google the website Slido and enter 59894 as the code. Other than Slido, the students can also drop any questions at the chatting space in our Facebook Live. Thank you. A very good morning, and may I extend a warm welcome to our Dean, Professor Dr. Edmund Harris Gomez, all the Deputy Deans, Heads of Departments, Professors, Lecturers, and all new students. We want to thank you for being here to join the event together with us. For your attention, today's session is conventionally held face-to-face. However, due to an unexpected increase in the number of COVID-19 cases, our session today is held online. All the more reason for everyone to keep obeying social distancing and stay healthy. Usually, the main purpose of the briefing session is to introduce and provide the guidelines in regard to selection of the courses, the learning system, and in all aspects of the academic programs. We hope that all of the new students will take this opportunity and to understand and aware the academic system in the Faculty of Economics and Administration, University of Malaya. Now, we have the honor of inviting our Dean, Professor Dr. Edmund Harris Gomez, to deliver his opening speech. Please welcome.
Good morning. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the students of the Faculty of Economics and Administration for the year 2020-2021. It is indeed a privilege for us to have you join the faculty, and we look forward to engaging with you over the next 3-4 years while you're here with us. Normally, this is a very exciting time for students. It's the beginning of a new adventure. They're entering the university for the first time. They're beginning a new life on campus. It is indeed very unfortunate that at this exciting moment in your life that we are also confronted with the COVID crisis. And because of the re-emergence of the COVID crisis in the country, it is truly unfortunate that you cannot be here with us. We would like to extend this offer to you on a face-to-face basis. Having said that, the adventure that you are now about to commence on still continues. It will take a different form. I am concerned that since you are new students, and this is, in fact, your first entry into the university, that you will not be here to go around with us so that we can show you the campus as well as the faculty. I am, in fact, deeply concerned that we can't expose you face-to-face to systems like the Maya system and the Spectrum system. All these are new things that you will have to learn. The Maya system and the Spectrum system about registration for your courses, how the courses are run. These are things you have learned and picked up during your time here. During the first few weeks you have been here and have been accustomed to it. Even if you're working from home, you could manage. Since you're not going to be exposed to all this, you will be learning on the run. We too are experiencing a very new, unprecedented system. How do we help you at a time like this when we ourselves were caught unawares of the second wave that is now occurring? So please bear with us, while we, I can assure you, will try very hard to help you sort out these problems as we learn. We will ensure that we are here to respond to whatever needs you have. Do not be hesitant to ask us if you run into problems in terms of how to deal with these new systems that you're going to be exposed to. We are very fortunate that we have the Puma, the students' body of faculty here with us. They are going to play a big role in helping us help you. So please avail yourselves to the Puma. They will be taking you later today and running you through what you will need to be exposed to while you're here. Let me now move on to what I would like to say about this program. This is your first time in the faculty. I would like to introduce you to the faculty. The Faculty of Economics and Administration is truly a unique faculty compared to the faculties of economics around the country. What is unique about the Faculty of Economics and Administration is that in this faculty, not only will you be exposed to economics, we also have a department of politics and public administration. We have a department of development studies, and we also have the department of statistics. So what you will be exposed to is not just economics, you will also be exposed to different disciplines. You will be exposed to courses in political science, in statistics, in public administration. You will be exposed to a variety of courses in the field of development studies. In that sense, by making the choice to come to the Faculty of Economics and Administration, you will not only be exposed to the discipline of economics, you will be exposed to other related disciplines. In that sense, the training that you will get at this faculty will be different from the students who will be trained solely in the discipline of economics when they join other universities. This is indeed, in my mind, a privilege for you. This is important because, as you now know, now that we are confronted with this crisis, health pandemic, which has had economic implications, there are also issues about public policies. If we are to understand the problems in the world and how to deal with it, we must understand how complex issues are and how they are all interrelated. So here we have a health pandemic, which is contributing to an economic crisis. The response has to be through public policies. Public policies are also shaped by the political system. I need not go into the details, but I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from. And this is what is unique about this faculty. When you enter this faculty, you will be exposed to this variety of disciplines which will provide you with courses which will help you understand these real problems in the world. Having said that, if you truly wish to understand and understand these problems and try to interpret what's causing them, and then come up with insights into how to deal with them, what is important is that you must read. When you come to the faculty, when you come to university, you come here to read. I am asking, imploring you to read deeply. Do not waste your 3 years or 4 years here by not reading deeply in the disciplines that you will be exposed to. It is imperative for you to use these 3 to 4 years productively. You have to use this time in a manner in which you avail yourself of the vast literature that you will be exposed to. If you have this privilege of entering the University of Malaya, Faculty of Economics and Administration, please avail yourself to this privilege by using this opportunity to read deeply in the disciplines that are hard. Students will try to find ways and means to take the easy route. There may be seniors who will come and tell you how to bypass the hard work that you have to do by taking routes which are, as they put it, less easy, more easy. Do not listen to such advice. Avail yourself to the lecturers and listen to what your lecturers will advise you on your courses. You must be prepared to work hard, and you must work hard. I am saying this to you simply because if you do not do this, you are missing the opportunity to acquire knowledge. And if you do not acquire this knowledge, you may get your degree, but you may not have sufficient knowledge. And when you go out there into the real world to work, if it is found that you do not have this knowledge which is expected of students from the University of Malaya, from the Faculty of Economics and Administration, then I can tell you now you will find it difficult to get a job. Out there in the market, as we like to call it, they look to us as the premier university, and as a premier university, our students are expected to be of a high quality. You will be of high quality if you read deeply. You will be of high quality if you work hard. Let me also say this is a university, this is not a high school. In the university, the method of tutelage, the method of teaching is different. You go for lectures, the lecturers will expose you to the important issues, and they will tell you which books to read, which articles to read, to acquire knowledge in these issues. We will not be having a road start learning, we will not be telling you this is what you have to read, and do the exams you regurgitate these answers. We instead are going to ask you to think, to ask questions, to debate about the issues that you are exposed to. That is what the university is all about. It is important that you must understand the meaning of the university. The university is a place where great minds are supposed to gather, to look upon the problems of the world, to read the literature which can give insights into how to solve these problems. As students of the university, you will also have a responsibility to society. And as graduates, you will be expected to fulfill your responsibilities as intellectuals who will help solve problems in the world. The only way you can play that role is if you study hard, if you read deeply, if you engage in debates. Do not be afraid to engage in debates. There's no one right answer. There may be many ways of looking at a problem. There may be many different solutions. What is the best way forward is something we have to think deeply about and debate equally deeply. But these debates must be based on deep reading, not merely opinions. The university has a wonderful library, a great library. My concern is that students don't read enough. In fact, my concern is, do the students even go to the library these days? Of course, you can download all this literature, but go to the library and get these books and read it. I'm sure the Puma students will give you more feedback on this. I'm sure they will tell you how to work hard and to take the difficult route. Please listen to them. But even if you don't, I will be doing it. My colleagues at the faculty will be doing it. We have much expectations of you. Only the best students, I was told, only the best get into the University of Malaya. Yes, yesterday I was at the Ministry of Higher Education and I was told by the Director General no less that they send the best students to the University of Malaya. So I am expecting now to deal with the best students. You are the best. You have been sent now to us for tutelage. We will take this seriously. There's one more point I want to stress. When you are in the university, it's important for you to experience campus life. That's why it's truly unfortunate that many of you are not here with us today. But I'm hoping as soon as the COVID crisis is over and we get you into campus, we get you into the corridors, you will then start engaging in university activities. University life is not just solely about reading. It is also about engaging in society, getting involved in exposure programs, going out and seeing the real world, especially during your semester breaks. There are lecturers who will expose you to the real world. Avail yourselves to such exposure programs. Ask yourself why these problems exist when you see hardcore poverty, when you see inequalities. Use this time to learn about these problems that you will be exposed to. What is also true while you are here is we will allow students to go abroad. We have a program, a social student mobility program, where we encourage our students to go and spend one semester abroad. I strongly encourage you to avail yourself to this opportunity. As long as you are here, we will try to ensure that you get the opportunity to go and spend at least one semester abroad. The exposure program that you will get abroad is very important because it helps broaden your mind. It will allow you to see a different country, to allow you to see a different way of looking at things, a different system, even a different political system, depending on which country you go to. The way social interaction works will be different. This kind of exposure can enhance your knowledge about the world and will help you grow during your time at your training. And before you end your course, you will be sent for industrial training. This is another kind of exposure program. And when you go for this exposure program during your industrial training, use this opportunity well also to learn about problems that exist again in the real world. By this time, because this will be towards the tail end of your course, you will have already been exposed to many theories. Ask yourself how these theories help you explain the problems that you will see during your industrial training. We have prepared a good program for you, but the value of the program will only be there if you use these opportunities under this program. Let me end like how I started. It is unfortunate that we begin this program confronted as we are with this crisis. And because of this, things will not be running the way it should be running. But we, and I say this now in all sincerity, we are here to help you. Puma is here to help you. Do not hesitate to come and see me, the deputy deans, your heads of department, or even the faculty members. We have a mentor system here where we have a group of lecturers who are dedicated solely to helping you. This is a dedicated group of lecturers who have agreed to give their time and put in the effort to help you deal with your problems. If you need advice, that's your first stop. If you want to get the best out of your system, talk to these mentor lecturers. They will give you good feedback in terms of how to cope with the problems that you will be confronted with during the next 3 to 4 years. On that note, let me now end. Once again, welcoming you to the Faculty of Economics and Administration. I hope you will use your 3 to 4 years here fruitfully. Please do engage with us, and we look forward to engaging with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the speech, Prof. Without further ado, I would like to invite the Deputy Dean of Undergraduate Program, Dr. Rosa Hazin Zakaria, to the legal health briefing. Please welcome.
Students, first and foremost, let me welcome you to the Faculty of Economics and Administration, University of Malaya. I would also like to congratulate you all for making it to University of Malaya, especially to the Faculty of Economics and Administration. As our Dean has informed you all just now, only the best students are sent to Japan. So once again, congratulations for making it to University of Malaya. All right, as usual, for this briefing session, I will guide you all to introduce you a bit of the faculty as well as our academic system, followed by a little bit on the kind of, not really a virtual tour of the facilities that we have around the campus. Okay. All right. So let me begin by introducing you a little bit to the history of our faculty. So our faculty was established back in 1959 as actually a small and humble department in the Faculty of Arts, University of Malaya. So FEA by itself was established in 1966 with 3 academic staffs and only 40 students back then. With the role of Professor Aziz was the first dean of our faculty. Right? So this is the evolution of the faculty from the very beginning. So we started off by, as a small department in the arts faculty, And in 1966, we established ourselves as a faculty. And in 1997, from the very beginning from 1966 to 1997, we have 7 units in our faculty, as listed there. Among others, we have analytical economics, applied economics, rural development, public administration, as well as statistics unit. But since 1st February 1997, due to market demand and so on, so our faculty, the faculty is divided into 2: business administration and accounting department has formed a new faculty, that is Faculty of Business and Accountancy, whereas we stand alone as Faculty of Economics and Administration. Then we have 5 departments with us, with Analytical Economics, Applied Economics, Development Studies, Administrative Studies, and Politics, as well as Applied Statistics. Again, since due to the needs of the market and so on, so since July 2005, we have decided to have 4 departments. The Analytical Economics and Applied Economics department is not just Economics department, whereas all the other 5 departments stay at Development Studies, Administrative Studies, and Politics, and Applied Statistics. So until today, we are with the 4 departments, as explained by Prof. Terence in his speech just now. So this is our management team. We have the Professor Dr. Terence Gomez as our dean. We have 3 deputy deans. Associate Professor Dr. Lawia is the dean for the higher degree. Myself as the dean for the undergraduate, whereas Associate Professor Dr. Lim Champagne is the dean for research. And then, as we have 4 departments, we have 4 heads of departments. There are 3 of them here with us. Associate Professor Dr. Santa is actually the head of department for Department of Economics. Dr. Chandran is not here, but he's the head for Development Studies. Professor Dr. Begusi, the head of Administrative Studies and Politics Department. And then we have Professor Rocky Ming as the head of Department for Applied Statistics. So for our program Bachelor of Economics, this is your coordinator, Dr. Yong Sok Lu. Nice. Feel free to contact her, reach out to her should you have any issues or problems, questions that you need to ask regarding the program, our academic program Bachelor of Economics. So we have her office number as well as her email address. If you feel free again to reach out to her should you have any questions. Alright, so this is the academic office team for the undergraduate. We have with us Puan Rasliza, Puan Najwa, Jaina, Mr. Ikwan, and Chinitia. They will also be helping you should you have any questions regarding the academic issues. So this is the composition of staff, our faculty. We have 7 professors, 10 associate professors, 28 senior lecturers, and 4 lecturers. So these are the lecturers or the academics who will be assisting you all, will be providing tutelage to you all during the 2 to 4 years that you all will be with us. Whereas we also have the non-academic staff who will be assisting us, assisting you all in terms of your registration, in terms of when you are waiting for student activities, you are applying for, or you plan to do your exchange programs, so on and so forth. All right, briefly, these are the programs that are offered by our faculty. Okay. We are offering programs both at the undergraduate level as well as the postgraduate level. At the undergraduate level, we have the 1 program, Bachelor of Economics, but starting from the end of your 2nd year, you'll be specializing in one of the tracks. So we are offering 4 tracks: Economics, Development Studies, Administrative Studies, and Politics, as well as Applied Statistics. At the same time, we are also offering postgraduate studies. Right? So maybe you can start planning once you can start planning for your postgraduate. Okay, if you like to be with us, so you can start planning to have a postgraduate studies with us as well. Alright, so these are the numbers of our students. Altogether, we have around 1,177 students. This is the number at the last semester, last academic session. So as you can see, Bachelor of Economics students, we have 703. So the bachelor students make up the largest component of our students. Alright, these are the ratio of international students that we have at the various levels. If we look at Bachelor of Economics, you can see we have quite a number of international students among us. And I really hope that our international students are also with us in this session. Right, so for this particular intake, we have offered few places to international students. Among them are from China. We also have students from Australia, from Japan, from Nigeria, from Indonesia. Right, so we are also welcoming our international students as well. Alright, so these are the facilities that we have around campus. Well, it is kind of a pity you all cannot really experience the physical learning this particular semester, because as you can see, we can have nice lecture theatres and nice computer labs for our students. Alright, for instance, so this is basically our main building. Right. So as you can see, the round building is actually where our lecture halls are situated, and then the unit building beside the round building is actually where our tutorial or seminar rooms are located. So we have a postgraduate conference room where we are having the session currently. So this is one of our lecture hall. This is DK4. So as you can see, it looks inviting, right? So hopefully we can all get you on campus as soon as possible so that we can experience learning in this exciting and big lecture hall. This is also our another lecture hall. We call it 4D. The above picture is actually the picture of last few years Hariwan Siswa, when we can have our students all on campus. So as you can see, it's a big and inviting lecture theatre. This is our FEA hall. This is where students have their activities and sometimes examinations are conducted in this FEA hall. This is our Econo-Cube. This is actually for students to conduct our activities. Our student body Puma usually have their activities here. I know by looking at this picture, some of you might be so keen to be on campus so that you can come to the faculty and experience learning, having all your activities in all of our facilities, using all our facilities. So this are our labs where we conduct most of our statistics courses. Right, so this is our PhD room. It's meant for our PhD students. So hopefully by showing you all this picture of our nice PhD room, we will motivate you all to excel in your undergraduate studies so that you all can further or pursue your studies to PhD once you have completed your undergraduate studies. Alright, so that is it a little bit about our physical facilities that we have on campus that awaits you all once you all come back on campus. Now let's go to a more serious matter, that is our program structure. So as you all know, you are enrolled in Bachelor of Economics. So this is our course duration, a minimum of 7 semesters and a maximum of 11 semesters. Alright, basically our courses are divided into 3 courses. You have your university courses, faculty core courses, as well as elective courses. Right, and for our faculty core courses, it is further divided into various parts. That is, we have broad-based courses, economic core courses, quantitative courses, and we have industrial training as well as graduation exercise. Elective courses are actually related to your specialization, right? I will explain about it later. Now, so these are the list of the university courses that you all have got to enroll or you all have got to take. Information literacy, philosophy and current issues, appreciation of ethics and civilization, entrepreneurship culture, co-curriculum, English courses, okay, the list of courses that you have got to take is according to your mind level, social engagement as well as external elective course. Now, for this university, before that, we have already received questions on whether you are allowed to freely choose courses for you all to register. I know you all are very excited, but to make things easy for you all, I believe your seniors, the Puma has already uploaded the groupings where we have divided all of you into two groups. Basically, from those of you, we decided to do it alphabetically so that it's easier for us to monitor. Now, for those of you with names starting from A to N, you are in group 1. Whereas for those of you with names starting from alphabet N to Z, you are in group 2. So please register according to the list of courses given to you. Even if we are not online, this is how we help or we assist our first semester students, right? So that you know how to, so that later on it is easier for you. We are helping you, assisting you, guiding you with your SPI. So please do not listen to seniors, do not choose as you wish, alright? So register courses according to the list of courses that have been given to you, alright? Please register as soon as possible because like for university courses especially, you have got to compete with students from other faculties as well. Okay, if you fail to register, it might, because it might delay it, because it will disturb your SPI. So please register as soon as possible. The academic office will check the courses that you all register, and then we will check whether you all follow the list that is given to you or vice versa. Right? Okay, as for the faculty core courses, you will have to take Introduction to Political Science and Public Administration, Introduction to Law, Research Methodology, and Social Marketing. Now, when I say core courses, it means that you have got to take it whether you like it or not. It's not a choice. Alright? Okay, specifically for research methodology, please make sure that you take this course before you go into your third year. So latest by semester 4, you have got to plan your study in such a way that you have taken and passed research methodology, because otherwise you cannot register for your graduation exercise in semester 5. If you fail to do so, well, you will not be able to graduate on time. So that is another reason why we actually encourage you to actually follow the SPI or the list of courses that we have given to you, right? So right from the very first semester, please follow the SPI that is given to you. All right, these are the economic core courses. So you can look at the handbook that is given to you. We also have uploaded our handbook that have this the synopsis for all these core courses in case you are interested. You to check from now what are the synopsis, what are the issues or the things that we will be learning in all these courses. So again, these are the economic core courses that whether you like it or not, you all have got to take and pass the course. All right, and then we have the quantitative courses. Once again, the plan Okay, shows that students like to try to avoid this quantitative courses if they can in the first semesters. Sometimes they do have seniors to advise them that they can do so, but again, I would like to advise all of you to just follow the SPI because they are core courses. Whenever you like it or not, you still have to take it. So there's no point of trying to skip all these courses in the first week, right? Now, in semester 4, you will start to specialize. So all of you have got to choose one specialization from the 4 specializations that you have. The current structure dictates that if you choose one specialization, then you are not allowed to take elective courses from any other specialization. So from now onwards, you can start thinking what are the specialization that is of your interest. Yeah, economics, development studies, administrative studies, and politics, as well as applied statistics. I would just like to remind, we are going to have from time to time all the specialization briefings and so on, but just as a note, when you are deciding on what are the specializations that you would like to pursue, please remember that at the end of the day, all of you will still be graduating with Bachelor of Economics. And our structure has been designed in such a way that we all will have a strong foundation in economics. So when in deciding this, please remember that there's no such thing as certain specialization is meant for excellent students, whereas certain specialization is meant for those students who are underperforming, so on and so on. You should be deciding based on your passion, right, as well as your ability. For instance, if you decided to do applied statistics, make sure that your quantitative skills are creatively sound, right? Because otherwise you'll have problems. And if you decided to change your specialization later on, although that can be done, but definitely it will delay your study. Right? So these are the list of elective courses that will be offered under each specialization. Alright, another thing that you need to remember when you are doing your course planning is that core courses are offered every semester, right? But then for elective courses, they are only offered once in every academic session. So you might want to consider that when you are making your study plan. So you can read the course synopsis, right, provided in your handbook for all these elective courses. So as you can see, all departments are actually offering around 12 to 15 elective courses, but for the purpose of your specialization, you need to complete 9 courses altogether. Okay. All right, another requirement for the course is graduation exercise. This is a compulsory course. It is offered. Now, you are supposed to take this course in semester 5 and semester 6. Right? And as I have explained just now, there's a prerequisite in order for you to register graduation exercise. You have to complete at least 60 credits of coursework, and you have to pass the research methodology course. So this is the reason why I mentioned to you all just now, when you are doing your academic plan, make sure that latest you have to take research methodology by semester 4, so that you can register or take graduation exercise in semester 5. So this course, or graduation exercise, you will do that in 2 semesters, semester 5 and 6, usually. All right, then in semester 7, you will all have to do industrial training. Right, again, there are certain prerequisites for this course. You have to complete at least 60 credits of courses, and you have to attend preparatory courses for industrial training. So the academic office will inform this from time to time. Usually, when you are in semester 4, Yeah, you have got to attend these preparatory courses so that you can apply for industrial training. All right, for our international students, we do have certain exemption. For instance, for the university course, philosophy and current issues, you all are exempted from taking that course. But then, it is compulsory for you all to take GIE 1001 Introductory Economics in semester 1. So make sure you all international students, make sure you register GIE 1001 in semester 1. And it is compulsory for you all to take GKT 1017, that is basic Malay language. This is as a condition to communicate. So make sure if you take this particular course, you replicate in one of your sessions so that you can communicate. All right, this is our grading scheme. Right, this is not to scare you guys. Okay, but next week your classes will be starting, so it is good for you all to know. So this is our grading scheme, and what you need to know is actually the passing grade is actually C for all courses, right? So if you got C minus or D plus, okay, it means that if it is for core paper, you have got to repeat the paper. Okay, but I'm not worried about this because I believe that I'm actually talking to all the best of the best students, right? So I'm not really worried about this grading scheme. I'm sure you all will excel in your studies, right? Okay, a little bit about regulations. I need to inform you all because this is the requirement of the university. Okay, course registration has got to be completed within 2 weeks from the beginning of the semester. Okay, so whatever it is, try to complete the course registration, if possible, before the start of the semester. You can register beginning today also for first year students. So try to complete your registration today, if possible, or by the end of the week. As I mentioned, I am not worried about our faculty courses, but I am thinking about our university courses, right? Because we really want you all to follow the SPI so that you all can graduate on time. Okay? Now, for all normal semesters, the maximum number of credits you are allowed to register is within 22 credits. So again, plan your study well so that you can achieve GOT. On special semesters, if there are courses offered, the maximum number of credits that you are allowed to register is 11 credits. But at our faculty, so far, we are not offering any courses during our special semester. So again, plan your academic, when you are doing your academic plan, please do not count the special semester. Okay? Now, I think for this semester, according to the list given to you, you are only advised to register for 18 or 17 credits. That is because that is the requirement for the first sem student. You are only allowed to register up to 18 credit hours. Okay. Okay, for student under academic probation, so in cases where students score below 2.0, then for the following semester, you are only allowed to register a maximum of 15 credits. So for those of you, if you are, you should plan to graduate on time. So try to avoid this because if you are placed under academic probation, then the number of courses that you are allowed to take will be limited. And there is a very high chances that you have to extend your studies. All right, class attendance. Student must attend all classes, so it is mandatory for all of you to attend the classes, even though they are conducted online. Okay? So if you have problems attending classes or online session, please immediately inform your lecturer. Okay, even if you have problems with internet connection, so on and so forth, please inform your lecturers as soon as possible so that they know. Whenever you are not online, whenever you are not able to submit your assignments on time, so they know that it is because of, okay, your connectivity problem and so on. So reach out to your lecturers, please inform them of your difficulties and problems so that he or she will be able to advise you on how best to tackle the problem, and he or she could be more flexible maybe with your Saturday nights and so on. All right. This is regarding examinations. So please take note that student can be terminated from a program if you are placed under an academic probationary period and subsequently obtain a GPA of 1.3 or less for 2 consecutive normal semesters. As I mentioned just now, I'm telling all this because I'm duty bound to do so, right? Don't worry too much. Don't be so stressful at the beginning of the semester. This rarely happens in our faculty. Alright. Or if you obtain a GPA less than 2 in 4 consecutive normal semesters. Usually, if students attend classes, do their assignments, so on and so forth, they would never fall under this category. Right? Okay, students can also be terminated if you obtain a grade F for 3 times in any university course or 4 course, and obtain a CGPA of less than 1 in 2 consecutive normal semesters, as well as fails to complete the requirement of your study within the prescribed maximum periods. The maximum period is actually 11 semesters. So once again, I don't want you all to focus on this, so don't be too worried, as I mentioned just now. Okay, this is just the regulations that we have got to share with you, right? But we rarely have these cases in our faculty. All right, this is regarding your exam. So if student did not attend any examination paper, then you will be considered as failed examination. Right? And there are also situations where students may be barred from taking the final exam for the reasons determined by the faculty. And if you are barred from sitting the final exam, then you will be considered as failed the final examination. Alright, this is just to share with you, as I mentioned just now, don't worry, don't be too stressful about the rules and regulations, because this is so far the achievement of our students, as you can see throughout the years, especially lately, more than 90% of our students scored more than 3, okay, for graduation. So I'm very positive that we all will keep, we all will be able to keep pushing up the percentage higher. Alright, just a little bit, okay, just to share with you a little bit of the other opportunities that you have as FEA or as UM students. You also have the opportunity to study abroad for 1 or 2 semesters. So our students have been joining this outbound program. The various countries such as Japan, South Korea, Singapore, as you can see, Sweden, Finland. This is not really an updated list. We also have our students who went to Spain as well as Austria. Okay. So you can plan because we are all praying hard for this pandemic will be over as soon as possible. So you can plan because usually students go for outbound program in their 2nd year. So these are students' activities where they were involved, that they shared with us. Okay. So if you are planning to do so, take note that it is meant for 2nd year student and above. You have got to maintain your CGPA of 3 and above. Okay. And you can just look at more detail in our International Student Center website. Okay. The application is online. And even now, here we are, this is COVID-19, your students are already applying. Hopefully they can go next year. Okay, so part of the expenses will be borne by the University of Malaya for up to 3,000 ringgit on reimbursement basis. All right, we also have a student body, so as clearly explained that I did just now. When you are here, apart from seeking for academic excellence, developing yourself, we are also encouraging our students to actively develop themselves. Okay, so that at the end of the day, they can engage with the society, they can contribute to the society, they care about the society, so on and so forth. So we also have a very active student body, that is the Puma, Satuan Economy University Malaya. You will all have a session with them later on where we will talk to you all about activities and so on. And may I remind you all once again, your seniors under the Puma has assisted us greatly in preparing all the videos that we will go through after this. They have prepared a video to help you, to assist you with registration through Maya system. They have also prepared a video that will help you all to navigate Spectrum, which I believe will be a new experience to you guys. So they have also created a buddy system where they have allocated you all into various groups with the seniors, so that if you all are lost, you all have questions and so on, you all can contact them as soon as possible through WhatsApp and so on for help and assistance. Okay. All right, so these are some activities that we have around our faculty in the past. We also have FEA night, where students get to actually wear their best outfit and so on. Right. We have activities like Malaysian Universities and Economics Conference, where we invited other students from other universities, other economic students to come here to discuss economic issues and so on. So this is at the end of the journey, your seniors, the communication session, and as you can see, those days I always, me and my friends were always saying that, you see, even if you look at, you look at the entire universities, you see, our graduation outfit is the best because silver and royal blue is the best match as compared to other faculties. All right. Well, a little bit about career opportunity for economics. If you all read well, I'm sure you all have read about this, consider about this a lot. Okay? Given the fact that you all have chosen to come here. So now, the very development in big data analysis. So in other countries, especially in Europe, economics has become one of the first choice discipline because economic graduates seems to be, are supposed to be well equipped with both the knowledge part of what is going on around the world, as well as the analytical component needed, the analytical skills needed to analyze the data and so on. So, having said that, that is the reason why economics has been one of the popular choice in Europe. And I believe most of you, that is the reason why you have chosen economics. All right, so these are, but not limited, these are the kind of careers that our graduates do after graduation. But of course, these are, the list is actually not limited to this. So among others, you have economics, academic, financial planner, market analysis, economic development management, administrative and diplomatic officer. As you can see, these are some of our distinguished alumni. I'm sure you know most of them. We have Tan Sri Rafida Aziz, we have Tan Sri Zaki Aziz, we have Dato Asmir, among our distinguished alumni. Alright. Okay, I know I did ask a few freshies yesterday. They informed me that some of them cannot access Maya. I don't know, maybe it is because only today first year students are allowed to register. So for those of you who informed us that they have problems accessing Maya yesterday after registering for your UMA, sorry, for your SISWA, can you please kindly try once again today? Okay, and I do ask some, they can access Maya with their new SISWA, but they told me that it is kind of confusing. So after this, we are going to have a session where your seniors will have a demonstration, we share a demonstration with you all on how to register on Maya, right? So these are the important contact numbers in case you have problems with Maya registration. But I would encourage you all to just contact us, right? We inform your seniors, or you just contact our academic office if you have this registration problem, so that if you cannot contact these numbers, then we can try to help you with that. Alright, just to share a little bit with you about this online learning experience. It is going to be an exciting, I believe it is going to be an exciting new experience for you guys. Now, some of you, the diploma students, A-level students, you might already have experienced this last semester, right? But for those of you in matriculation as a STPM student, it might be a new learning experience altogether. Now, don't worry. It has its challenges, but you can also make it interesting as well. All right, let me share with you some online learning tips. By the way, I got this from Northwestern University. There's a lot on the net actually. Just to share with you a little bit, treat your online course like a real course. So you have got to remember that you are actually a student. You are actually learning, even though online. So you need, as usual, you need to look at the course syllabus. Later on, when you know how to access Spectrum, kindly download all the course performa, course information, right? So you need to have your files as usual. Maybe you also want to have your files online. I mean, you'll be using your Microsoft Teams, and I know Teams are very friendly. There are lots of apps. You can have your own filing system, arrange it according to your courses, so on and so forth. But again, you have got to treat your online course like a real course. You have got to do reading, following the reading is given to you by the lecturer. You have got to follow your lectures online, so on and so forth. All right, hold yourself accountable for all your assignments and so on, because you will not have your professors, you will not have your lecturers reminding you constantly on when to submit your assignments, so on and so forth, because your meeting will be online, all right, strictly. So you have got to keep on reminding yourself, have a timetable on your own, and it will be good if you can have a virtual study group with your friends and so on, even though it is a virtual study group, but at least somebody to remind you, somebody to check on your deadlines and so on. All right, practice time management, this is equally important, or I would say that for online learning, this is the most important thing. All right, you have got to discipline yourself. You have got to remember, even though some of your lectures are recorded, lectures and tutorial sessions are recorded, you have the flexibility to, to follow the lectures, listen to the lectures whenever you are free. But if you keep on postponing everything, then you will have to cram everything at the end of the semester. Now, my advice is to follow all the lectures according to the timetable that is given to you. All right? Unless you have to. I mean, some of you might have problem with connectivity and so on. So it is a problem for you to actually follow the online session. Then it is okay for you to, opt for the recorded session. Otherwise, I would advise you all, wherever you are, just follow the timetable that is given to you. Right? Create a regular study space and stay organized. Okay, so if possible. they try to find a study space, a space that is actually conducive to study, right? Try to eliminate distractions. You have Netflix on your laptop now. You have WhatsApp beside you. Your messages keep on popping out, every now and then. I don't belong to your generation, but I do have children your age, so I know, right? So when you are studying, when you are learning, you are listening to lectures and so on. All right. So try to, I don't know, minimize the window, shut down the window or whatever, but you have got to discipline yourself. Okay. One more thing is, I understand that some of you might be studying from home. Based on my experience last semester, I do have students telling me problems and issues like they have got to help. The parents expect them to help with their with household costs and so on. Now, be smart, negotiate with your parents. The best way is to tell them, now this is my timetable, this particular time I might have to, I'm not be able to help you. I do have things to do, I've got to plan the lectures and so on. But again, be reasonable. Wake up early, maybe help with the breakfast and negotiate with the mother. I will do the dishes after dinner, at least, all right, unless you have a maid. Otherwise, you have got to negotiate that way so that you understand them, they will understand you as well. Okay? Figure out how to learn less. I guess is fine or no. Okay? It is important, and a point that is very important for online learning is actually to actively participate. Whenever you have online classes, all right, ask questions, reach out to your lecturers, take part in whatever activities that that has been set for you. You have got to be there throughout the lectures, throughout the session. Okay, and then last but not least, leverage your network. Now, online learning should not be a solo experience. Okay, but you have your friends, even though they are virtual, you can create virtual study group, especially if later on when you are familiar with the teams. You know that you can easily set meetings with your friends, to discuss. Even though if your lecturer do not assign any teamwork, because we know students, it might be difficult for students to actually coordinate assignment and so on. So most lecturers might not be assigning teamwork for you all or group work for you all, but be proactive. You might not have to meet your friends and so on, so be proactive. You can actually establish your own study group with your other friends who actually need so that you can discuss lectures, you can discuss assignments as usual, even though it is online, right? Learn from your seniors later on, but I have seen that teams have got amazing apps that will allow you all to do so many things online. All right, so be prepared for your classes. All right, and then of course, more importantly, when you plan some of your lectures, because they have your best interest at heart, they might ask you to on your video. All right. So then you have got to make sure that you focus and listen, right? Dress properly, be punctual, right? And of course, prepare a quiet workspace if possible. Okay? And your lectures will be using Microsoft Teams. So that's one function that allows you to actually raise your hand to ask questions. So use that. Okay? And of course, we understand that this is your first semester, all things are new, Spectrum will be new. I'm not sure about Microsoft Teams because I believe that you all are much more IT savvy. It might not take long for you all to learn, even though it is new. But then you might be stressed out if you don't understand things and so on. You feel that you have nobody to ask and so on. But as I mentioned, it is important for you all to be positive. Say positive things to yourself, and as I mentioned just now, your seniors, your academic advisors, your lecturers, they are all here to support you all. The only thing we need is for you all to reach out. Okay? So we do have a panel of academic advisors. These are all the lecturers who have actually volunteered to help you all if you have academic issues, right? Shortly, we will divide you all into groups, okay? And you can actually reach out to these lecturers by emailing them, okay, if you have any issues, if you have any problems. All right, so should you need any help, okay, you can contact us. The phone number is there. The email is also there, but actually I believe that okay, it is easier for us for you all to reach us by phone. If you have any pressing issues, as I mentioned again, if you have any registration issues with Maya, please contact us as soon as possible so that we can help you all to rectify the issues. All right. So we'll start with the Q&A session.
Do we know how many students are there?
All right. I've received questions. How about to transfer credit? All right. You can apply for credit transfer. All right. Yin Zun. Of course, okay, students are allowed to transfer credit, especially those of you from the diploma courses. All right, so what you need to do is, basically, there are certain rules. For instance, you have got to submit your previous course documents that contain its pro forma course information as well as exam questions so that we can decide, as well as your results. Okay, so that we can decide whether you are allowed to transfer or not. Now, we do have a specific or standard form for you to fill in. All right, please send an email to the academic office so that we can share with you the regulations that you have got to fulfill and get the standard form, can email the standard form to you so that you can apply for credit transfer. All right. Another important thing for transfer of credit, if you want to transfer together with the grades, the application shall be submitted to the faculty not later than fourth week of lecture, that is around the end of October. So to those of you who are interested to do credit transfer, please email us at the academic office so that we can email you the relevant documents to be filled in, right? For freshers, module registration, which one should we follow? Is it the green color shadow? Green color shadow? All right. Shukian Lim, what do you mean by this green color shadow? Where did you get this green color shadow? Is our timetable already set for the semester, or do we get to arrange our own classes? All right, your timetable is already set. Okay. Once you register, you'll be able to access Spectrum and in Maya. So your timetable, the time and the time of your lectures will be given there. Tutorial session will be discussed and will be informed by your lecturers once you start your session. Okay. How many university subjects we should take? Now again, after this, we are going to guide you the registration, and I also believe that we have done the grouping we have given you the list for courses to be registered. Please follow the list that have been given to you according to your group, whether you are in group 1 or group 2. May I know how do we know the exact timetable? Alright, all this can be assessed through Maya. Once you register for your courses, Maya will get, there will be your timetable. Alright, of course, it will be listed according to courses, so you have got to, assemble your own timetable. Your exam timetable will also be listed in Maya. After keying timetable in Maya, are we able to change it? You can't key in your timetable in Maya. Maya will give you the timetable according to the courses that you register. As for lectures, you cannot change your timetable. You have got to follow the timetable given to you. Tutorial sessions will be informed by your lecturers once you attended your online classes. When can you start taking research methodology? Starting from semester 3. So you can register for research methodology either in Sem 1 or Sem 2 in your second year. Can you give some further explanation for industrial training and internship? Well, we will give you a separate briefing on industrial training and internship when the time comes. All right? Unless there are any specific details that you would like to know, okay? Otherwise, I think I'll just go to other question first. All right? When can I inquire about on-campus accommodation for international on-campus accommodation for international students? So this one you need to contact our HEP, Bagian Kalimantan Belajar. Division of Students Affairs. Do the subjects for undergraduate have already been chosen? Do the subjects for undergraduates have already been chosen from faculty? So I guess you are asking whether we have already decided for you the courses that you have got to take. Now, in the first semester, yes, the faculty has decided the courses that you will be taking. It depends on whether you are in group 1 or group 2. After that, you are free to, to plan your own SPI. But for the very first semester, you have got to follow the listing given by the faculty. If I take the student exchange program, will all of the subjects that I pick on that program be transferred, or I only be able to transfer certain subject for credit transfer? All right. We do have certain requirements that you have got to fulfill for credit transfer. For instance, there must be some 80% overlapping of the courses that you take over there as compared to ours. You must pass that course with a minimum of a grade B, for instance, right? Okay, sort of grade C. But then I would say that it will be good if before you go for your outbound program, you check the courses first, and then you can check with us. Okay, you can submit the documents to the academic office. The courses that you plan to take there with the course information as well as whatever you can get from the net or whatever from your website, or you might maybe contact the lecturers over there already. Then you give it to the academic office, and the academic office will find lecturers to verify whether you are allowed to transfer credit for those subjects that you plan to take when you join an outbound program. Okay? Is there a chance for scholarship in UM if your CGPA is high? All right, you have got to refer. Currently, at the faculty, we don't have, but you need to refer to KHEP for any opportunity for scholarships and so on. Alright, procedures for credit transfer. And is there any processing fees required for the process? Yes, we charge 5 ringgit per credit, right, for processing fees. For the exchange program, will the semester abroad be counted, or will I need to extend my studies in UN? If yes, why aren't the semesters accounted for? Alright, the semesters will not be counted, okay, in your academic session. So even though if you finish your studies in 8 semesters, the semesters that you are abroad, the 1 semester, it is not counted, so you will still be considered as graduating on time, GOT, right? Even though you have to extend 1 semester. So you will still be able to graduate with lulus jugalan and so on if your extension, the 1 semester extension, is due to joining outbound program, right? What is the maximum credit available for SEM 1? Alright, I thought we should be able to maximize it out to 22 credit hours. Now, 22 credit hours is for students semester 2 and above. For the first semester students, the maximum number of credit that you are allowed to take is only 80. Okay? So, familiar yourself with the system first, right? And then make sure that you are not under observation. So starting from second semester onwards, you'll be able to register the maximum of 22 credit hours. Okay? Okay. So the kid is telling me to tell you all, okay? Do not take too many in this semester. Familiar yourself with the system first. Alright? If you can still remember, okay, in this page, the date was already informed you all. Okay, the do's and don'ts as well as how different university studies would be from your high school learning experience. Okay? Alright, what is the minimum requirement to apply for credit transfer, and how do we know which subject can be transferred? Alright, lots of questions on credit transfer. So basically, there is no minimum requirement, but there's okay, what you have got to make sure is that the courses that you apply for credit transfer must have 80% overlapping with our course content. You must also pass with at least a minimum of grade C in the course that you apply for credit transfer. But most important is at the end of the day, it is subject to the approval of the faculty as well as the approval of Central SKP. Right? But basically, what I can say is that we do not encourage credit transfer, especially for core courses. Okay, because now, for instance, for your diploma program, if you take only 1 course for microeconomics and macroeconomics, more often than not, sometimes the course content might be similar, but the level is not different. The level is not the same. The assessment is not the same. And more importantly, you have got to remember that we're all using those grades as an entry point to this bachelor program. Okay? But I do understand for certain diploma students, for instance, you are a diploma holder and your diploma is in public administration. In that case, we might consider if you apply for credit transfer for the course for introduction to politics and public administration. Okay? Is PK 1 form for Group 1 students and PK 2 form for Group 2 students? Okay. I need to check your syllabus because we are not handing out any physical form. No, basically you will just be registering online based on the listing given to you. Right? So hold on, I will check with your seniors in terms of how they decide to arrange this. In future semester, can I take extra credit hours per sem and graduate 1 sem earlier, provided that I'm not a diploma holder? Now, the maximum credit allowed for all semesters is only 22. Alright, so you will be able to graduate. So we will only allow for extra credit hours in your last semester for the purpose of graduation. That one, even that, it is only up to 25 credit hours. Right? Are we allowed to take cooking course for SEM 1? Alright, okay, so the thing is telling me, okay, you shouldn't be rushing. Enjoy your time here. So you should plan to actually spend your time, okay, doing your reading, studying, enjoying your experience, and so on, rather than planning to graduate as early as you can. Are we allowed to take cooking courses for SEM 1? Now, my advice is please follow the SPI given to you all. Alright, please. Okay, we are actually, our plan is actually to help you all so that you all can graduate on time. Okay, so please follow, at least for this particular first semester, please follow the SPI given to you all. Is MUET compulsory if we have IELTS? Okay, I'm so sorry to inform you all that, even though you have IELTS with a very high grade, MUET is still compulsory. That is not our decision. That is actually rules by KP. So for all local students, MUET is still compulsory. Okay. All right. That's it. All right. Last date for module registration. You have to complete all your registrations latest by the end of the second week of your lectures. Okay? Alright, as for those of you who haven't sit for your MUET, okay, you are scheduled to take your MUET at the end of the year or at the end of the month. Now, what you can do is, in terms of registering for English courses, if you look at your handbook, you can register based on your IELTS or TOEFL grade, right? So, if you don't have MUET, you might have your TOEFL or TOEFL or IELTS. So you register for your English course based on that grade. Okay? That's practical. All right. Whether you are in group 1 or group 2, basically, if your name starts with alphabet A till N, you will be in group 1. N till Z, you will be in group 2. Okay? Minimum credit. Now, minimum credit here is actually 18 for this particular semester, right? Be patient. Next semester, you can register up to 22 credit. Okay? Oh, all right. You are asking for the minimum. Minimum is actually 6. All right, I do understand some of you might have some constraints and so on. So if you plan to register the minimum number of credit, you are allowed to register 6 credit hours minimum. Okay. All right. Any other questions at least?
He says, students who don't compulsory. He says, students who don't compulsory.
Okay. This question is SPM secara compulsory. For our program, Economics, compulsory SPM subject that we look at is only maths. Okay, you need a B plus to enter this program. But then you shouldn't worry about the SPM because once you are here, it means that you are accepted as our student. So, you know, and you might have the reasons for asking, but sejarah is not compulsory for us. Do we have to take Arabic? No. Unless you want to take under KPLF, you can, but it's not compulsory. Alright, I guess that's all. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, we are here to help you, but what we need is for you to reach out to us. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in video series, or you can ask any more here. You can email any of the lecturers listed under panel of academic advisors. Okay?
Submission of courses. After registration, we must
Yeah, we will have that session. Alright? Okay, so as I mentioned just now, I'm going to conclude this session, but if you have any further questions, feel free. You can email me directly as well. Alright? Email any of the advisors. And more importantly, I would like to remind you all, if you have any problems, okay, do inform the lecturers who are teaching the courses that you are taking, especially if you have problems regarding assessing the course, assessing spectrum, assessing course materials, and so on. Okay, so we are here to help you all. Do not be afraid. You don't have to feel inferior, so on and so forth. Okay, all right. So with that, conclude. So we wish you all. Okay, all the best for this all totally new learning experience. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Now we continue our section with the virtual tour of our faculty. the end of the virtual tour, we have finally come to the end of our session. Kindly browse fep.um.edu.my/umwow for further information regarding the undergraduates program. It has been a great day and a wonderful afternoon with all of you. Again, thank you for all your presence. God bless and good day to each and every one of you. Students kindly remain in the meeting to proceed with course registration session with Puma.
Hello everyone. We are hello everyone. We are currently live to start the registration session. Before we start the registration session, I hope everyone can like relax. This is when we start the registration session. It is an informal session in which you must relax. You grab coffee, grab some snacks. It won't be long. By the interview, I'll explain every single part of the registration session. Alright, in terms of like the sound problems and everything, I really need to like be close to the microphone so that to avoid the echoes and the background noises and everything. Alright, so alright, okay. So currently we're testing the sound for the live. Is it still echoing the sound, or do you have any background noises? If you have any echoes and everything, if you have any echoes, can you say it in the chat so that we can help fix the sound? Okay, all right. Okay, we're back. We have fixed the problem. We're back to the live session. There will be no new link or no new live session. We'll just use this current live session. Right. So before I begin with all the registration or any details, I would like to also inform that just now I've seen in the comments that someone stated that is a COVID case in Museum Malaya currently in UM. I was informed by the Dean of FEA that there is no such case in UM. As for now, UM is still COVID free. Hope you guys don't spread the fake news. As for now, UM is COVID free. All right. So to continue with the registration session, yes. All right. So I hope everyone can go to. Sorry. Right. Okay. So I hope everyone can go to the FEP Okay. Alright. Okay. So just the laptop. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right, everyone. Hello again. We're back. We fixed all the so far. We have fixed all the problems. However, I will restart the registration session. I will re-inform everyone starting from 8. I would like to ask you guys if your friends just left the live session, please invite them back. Please tell them that the live session is back and live. Right. So I'll continue with the registration session, in which we can start with the website. First of all, the most important thing is for you guys to go Google fep.um.edu.my, and then there will be a tab called UMWOW here, in which if you click, you can see all the necessary information and details regarding uh, our faculty. Alright, so to begin, you can start by clicking Undergraduate, in which before we start the registration session, it is super important for you guys to know which group you're in. To know that, you can click on the list of students named by group. Inside, it will inform you, for local student, it will inform you which group you're in, either K1 or K2. Alright? And then for the international students who are watching, you can click on your list of names here, in which you will only be a part of group 3. International students will not be in group 1 or group 2. No K1 or K2, only group 3, only K3. Alright, I hope that is clear. If you're still not clear about this, you can ask the representatives, ask in the comment section, ask inside the group. Alright? Okay, so next I will inform you guys about the list of subjects. Okay, so for group 1 and group 2, you guys must take different subjects, but not all subjects are different. Some are same, but the different subjects, that is the most crucial part when registering. Group 1 should not register subjects from group 2 and vice versa. It is super important for you guys to understand that group 1, your subject is K1. Group 2, your subject is K2. No one from both groups should take other subjects that they're not supposed to take according to the list. Everyone must obey the list. It is super important for you to obey the list. I hope everyone is clear about this. I've seen in the comments and in the group, students asking about English courses and everything. Regarding English courses, for the first semester, you will not be registering any English courses yet. That will be in semester 2 and semester 3. So in that case, you can hold that thought for a moment, and in the future, once you're used to the usage of Maya, the usage of Spectrum and everything, you can ask us about the English courses. As for now, it is important for you guys to understand the subjects that you're registering this semester, not upcoming semester. You guys need to register for this semester first. You guys, why? Because it is my concern that everyone must understand the methods of how to use Maya and how to use what's next after Maya, which is Spectrum. Alright? Okay. So after everyone had already know about the groupings, about the list of subjects, you can start enroll your subjects by googling maya.um.edu. So inside this website, you can
Okay. Apologies. All right, so we can continue with the Maya website. All right, here is the Maya website, maya.un.edu.my, in which you must log in with your siswa mail and your password. After you log in, you can go to enrollment and click module registration. Take a look. Right, we need to re-log in. Right. Okay, we're back. After you have successfully logged in into Maya, you go to enrollment, module registration, and click enroll. Before you can register your subjects, you must first fill out all the personal details up here. After that, your section, the tab for module registration will be available. For students of K1, this is how you register your subjects. You can follow directly from how I show, all right? But not for K2, because I'm registering for a student from K1, okay? Okay, so in this part, the step 2 module registration, you can see all the available faculty courses that you can take here in this tab here, but you must not register all. You must only register according to the list that you have been given, the list that you have obtained from the website, which is in that list for the faculty courses. If I'm mistaken, for K2, you only register for Introduction to Political Science and Public Administration. But however, for K1, you will, sorry, let me get that thing real quick. Okay, so for K1, you will register for Introduction to Political Science and Public Administration, while for K2, you will register for Introduction to Law. So for the faculty courses, for the university core courses, these two subjects are the subjects that you need to register. Right. So since I'm from K1, I need to register for Introduction to Political Science. So you click on add, there it is. So this is the module, the subjects that you have selected. So we'll be here. Okay, so moving on to the second subject that we need to register, which in the part of university courses, university courses, in which you must search for the code GIG 1013. That will be the Appreciation of Ethics and Civilization course, in which for this course there are 20 groups. Group 1 to group 20. You can choose any groups that you like, as long as your subject, the group that you choose, does not clash with other subjects that you've chosen. So how will you know that whether the subject clash or not? You can, after you have filled in all the subjects required, you can click submit down here, and then Maya will calculate whether your subject clash or not. If your subject clash, most probably will be from the core courses here, in which I suggest that you change the group. If you choose group 1, you change to other group than group 1. You click until you find the group that does not clash with other subjects they have chosen. Alright? Okay. So for example, I assume that the group 1 is full. Let me try test. Yep, so it says here it's full, right? So we move on to group 10, for example. Okay, group 10 is also full. So you find your group until you have found the group that is not full. Alright, so group 17 is still available. But this one is pointless, sorry, let me remove that. So you can remove from the trash bin there. Yeah? Right. Alright, so group 19 is available. So you can click on group 19 and just you have selected it here. Okay, so other than appreciation of ethics and civilization, you must also register another course. This is for both groups, yeah, group 1 and group 2. Both of you guys must register these 2 core courses. Appreciation of ethics and civilization, and the other course will be GIG 1004. Sorry, it's GIG 1004. Okay, sorry, it's in the common course here. Sorry. So this would the other course that you must take is the common university course, which is you can search here GIG 1004, right? Right. So it's the information literacy course, in which also have a lot of groups. You can select any group you want except for the cultural center group, which is this first one. So you choose again. Find the course that is available. Alright, so it says here group 9, sorry, it says here this subject is free. It doesn't say which group, but this one is available, so you can use this. Alright? Okay, so next, so far, just to recap the progress that we have done. So far we have registered for the faculty core course, which is either political science or introduction to law, in which, since my case is group 1, I registered for political science, and then we have also registered for university core courses, which is appreciation for ethics and civilization, in which everyone must register except for international students. Alright, and then the next is the common literacy course, which is information literacy, which both group 1 and group 2 must register. Alright, okay, so let me hide this because we've done this. Okay, so next is the faculty external elective course, or CELT. This course is a course in which you must take in your 3rd or 4th semester, not first, not second, but 3rd or 4th. Alright, so you can see the subjects that is available in Maya, but you must not register yet. Okay, you must still register according to the list that you've been given. Okay, so we can hide this list first. Next is the English linguistic course. Just like I mentioned before, for the first year, you must not register for the English courses yet. They'll be for later. So we hide this list. We move to program core course. Alright, this is where it's important for group 1 and group 2 to understand. Okay, so in this case, group 1 register courses that are different from group 2. For group 1, the subject that you must take is micro 1. Alright, micro 1. the EIA 1002. So for group 2, the subject that you must take is macro 1, the EIA 1003. Okay, so I add micro 1 to my list. Here you go. Okay, so next subject is the introduction to financial management. If you're a group 1 member, if you're from group 1, you register for introduction to financial management. Alright, so you add the subject here. Okay, so other than that, for group 1, you register for statistic 1. Statistic 1 is EIA 1005. So you click here and you add. Okay, so next will be the that will be it. Technically, you have registered all, you have chosen, you have selected all the required subjects that you must register for this semester if you're from K1. Okay, so here it has shown all the selected subjects in which you can see the occurrences and also the credits provided. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 subjects selected for K1. If you're from K1, your subjects must be according to the selected modules that I have selected just now. According to all the 6 subjects, yeah? Okay, so after you have done selecting all the subjects, the next step that you must do is add selection. Okay, add selection. So if you click add selection, Maya will process your timetable. So if there's no clashes between your classes, you will go to this page. Maya will direct you to this page, which is the verification of subjects. So after you have selected all the subjects, you can look for, you can have a final glance to all the subjects that you have selected. Make sure everything is correct according to the list. However, this will not be the final say, meaning that those subjects here will not be permanent. If you verify selections, you can still add or drop your subject. How? By going through the same process: enrollment, module registration, and then edit or update your module registration, in which you can drop and add more subjects. But for the case of first semester, for group 1, group 2, and group 3, you are not suggested to drop or add other subjects. You must follow the list, the module list that was provided by the faculty, right? Okay, I hope everyone is clear about this matter. I've said it many times in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I hope everyone's clear. Alright, so moving on. We can verify selections by clicking here, in which Maya will process again. Okay, so once your selections have been verified, you submit selection. After you submit the selection, it will give you a message of congratulations, you have successfully registered your modules and everything. Click finish. Okay, so after you click finish, it's done. That's it. The last step is for you to verify, get the message, click finish. So that is all for module registration. I hope everyone is clear about this matter. It's important for you guys again to follow all the lists that's provided according to your groups. International students, you have your own list of subjects. You must register accordingly. Next step is actually to generate your pre-invoices and everything. I can assure you that the next step will be easy. I don't have to guide you one by one. The module reservation is done. Any questions you can ask in the chat and in the WhatsApp group too. All right. Before we move on to the next session. So right now is the Q&A session. Any questions, any problems that you're facing, you cannot register, your name is not in the groups, there's no subjects available based on the list, you cannot select any subjects, please inform in the chat or in the WhatsApp group. Okay? We'll direct you to the FE staff in which he will help you determine all your, solve your problems. Okay? Okay, for those who are in the live session, Christina Lee asked, can you show step by step for group 2? Unfortunately, I cannot because I only have the ID for group 1. Okay, so technically, for group 2, it's the same. The different subjects are only in the the faculty subjects, the macro 1 or micro 1. Okay, just follow the list and you'll be fine. It is also, I remind you guys again, it is important for everyone to not register. For example, if you're from group 1, you should not register for macro 1, and if you're from group 2, you should not register for micro 1. This is a problem we've been facing since the last 5 years. Make sure everyone register to the groups accordingly. Yeah. So just to inform you guys again, inside the World tab, there is also the Bachelor of Economics handbook. This is a really important handbook in which you will be using it until your final semester. In fact, I'm still using this one right now. So in the case of finding the subjects or determining what subjects you must take in the semester, it will be inside this book. So for example, see, it's inside the proposed study plan. If you're a Malaysian, if you're a local student, your subject must look like this, and your expected subject for semester 2 must look like this. While for semester 3 it will be like this, and so on. Alright, so it is important for you guys to at least try and follow for semester 3 and semester 4, because in the semester 3 or semester 4, there will be the availability of subjects will be different. It's not like semester 1 and semester 2, in which availability is high. Semester 3 and semester 4, some subjects may not be available, in which you must change to other subjects that is provided. For example, if the subject of sociology is full in semester 3, maybe you can try study other subjects, Asian economy, for example, etc., etc. Right? However, there are also certain subjects that you are advised to study in that semester. For example, research methodology. You are advised to study research methodology in semester 4. It is not advised for you to study it in semester 3. Semester 4 is the ideal time for you to register research methodology. Yeah. All right. So for next semester, just to inform you guys again, for next semester, for example, semester 2, those from group 1 will follow this subject. because as for now, Group 2 will not register for Introduction to Political Science and Public Administration, while Group 1 is taking the course. For the second semester, it will switch, in which in the second semester, Group 1 will take Introduction to Law, while Group 2 will take Introduction to Political Science. I hope everyone understands this. The flow of what subjects you must take in the next semester. Okay? Again, I repeat, in the case of Group 1, since you have not registered for Macroeconomics 1, you will register it in semester 2. While for Group 2, since you have not registered for Microeconomics 1, you will register it in semester 2. Okay? Alright, I hope everyone is clear on this matter. I'll give around 5 to 10 minutes for everyone to ask any questions in the comment box or in the WhatsApp group or anything. Before we move on to the next session, yeah? Right. So, okay. Considering that a lot of international students are also in this live session, I would like to inform all international students that you all will be contacted by the faculty directly in terms of submission of forms and anything related to that. But at the same time, we, the student representatives, Student Union, FEA Student Union, and Puma will also contact you guys directly for peer-to-peer consultation, in that case, we will help you in terms of academic registration or anything related to that. Okay, so I hope all the international students, you must wait for a while for us to sort everything out and contact you directly. Thank you, RFB for the reminder. It is important for you to check carefully. You should not register for Microeconomics 1 if you're from Group 2, yeah? To answer Fatima Tasnim, we will hopefully we can establish a platform to contact all the international students by this week. We're working on it, trying to sort it out. We have just received the complete official release last week, so we're trying our best to do it as soon as possible. Most probably by this week. Okay, so Ahmad Lukman has requested me to explain the university courses again. Okay, so if again in the upcoming semester, semester 3 or semester 4, if you want to update if you want to add or drop your subjects, you can go to Maya and click enrollment, module registration, update module registration. Okay, in this case, I need to be logged in. Let me try logging again. Okay. Sorry. Let me try guide you guys again with the easy courses. One registration, enroll, update. Okay, there you go. Back to add modules. So if you want to add or drop, you go back to add modules, and which for the university courses will be here. For this semester, everyone must only register for the for the ethics subject, which is if I'm mistaken, GIG 100 1013. Okay, so appreciation of ethics and civilization. This will be the subject that everyone must take. However, for the university course, other than appreciation to ethics and civilization, you also have philosophy and current issues, which you will be taking next semester. Other than that, you also have basic entrepreneurship, culture, you'll be taking in semester 4. Yeah, that's it. So only these 3 subjects are available in terms of university courses, yeah? Okay, so I hope Lokman is clear on this in the terms of university subjects. Okay, so for Arif Bayhaqi, international students will not take microeconomics 1 or macroeconomics 1, but you will take introductory to economics, in which is available in okay, I have consulted with the FEA staff regarding Arif's question. So for introduction to economics, your subject you can see your subject in the common university section, common university course section. All right, because almost all international students must take that subject.
So modul negatif dan net nanti jadi masalah.
Okay, so I was informed again by the staff that everyone must follow the list. This is like, I think, a lot of times I inform about this. You guys really need to follow the list. Okay, so last time to ask any questions before I continue with introduction to Puma and the student union, FEA student union. Any question regarding module registration or anything related to it, please ask now. You can ask in the chat here, or you can also ask in the WhatsApp group if you're in it. I'll start with Ravi Alman for your question. Honestly, to be honest, there is no particular day that you should avoid your timetable. Your subjects are fixed in terms of the timetable. The faculty will set the date and time. However, for tutorials, the lecturer will be in charge of that. It is the responsibility of the lecturer. So your lecturer will set which time for the tutorial in which you must be aware in spectrum. Okay. To answer Gwengo, your fees is exempted this semester. I think it's because you're from saluran 1. So the difference between saluran 1 and the UPU selection, saluran 1, your financial methods or the way you pay your fees is different. To answer Yan Min Tan, yes, total of 6 subjects that you need to register for now. For Arif Bayhaki, I personally will address you directly. I will guide you on how to find the introduction to economics. Don't worry, the subject will not be full. It will be there for you. To answer Deborah Peng, the number of credits is different because it's a university course or an English course. When your course has groups from group 1, for example, from group 1 to group 26 or from group 1 to group 20, you will have different number of occurrences. However, for your faculty subjects or your core subjects and everything, the number of occurrences will be 1. Okay, to answer Shirley Su, the link to the WhatsApp group will be available in the Student Union FEA introduction session, which is after this. So I hope everyone can still stay in the live session because we will proceed with introduction to Puma and Student Union. I hope you guys have asked all your questions because if can, I'll proceed with the next session. I'll give another 2 minutes for any last questions from students.
Curi lah. Tak boleh lah katanya. Okay, thank you. Okay. Tujuan ni. Buruk yang kena.
To answer Alia Natasha, I advise you to not take any English subject this semester. To answer Arif Irfan, the timetable will officially start next week and not this week because classes will officially start on the 12th of October. Okay, so I hope everyone is clear about the module isolation session. I'll proceed with introduction to Puma first, and then we can continue with introduction to the union. Okay, so let me, yes. To answer Aldi Alman, you need to wait for the lecturers to arrange the tutorial, because tutorials are the responsibility of the lecturers, in which you must always be aware inside Spectrum for announcements by your lecturers. I've been saying Spectrum so many times before. Okay, before we move on, I think we're facing another problem. Abang Iko dia tulis not responding. Not responding. Jadi boleh dengar tak? Boleh. Sekarang ni cakap dengar. Dengar. Okay. Skrin boleh nampak skrin. Kau kena panggil Abang Ridwan jap. Boleh nampak skrin? Ni Abang Ridwan je. Dia punya Chrome tak boleh pakai. Okay, sorry for the wait again. Okay, so to answer Albi Alman, in terms of Spectrum, I've been saying Spectrum lots of times since I started. Spectrum is where students can navigate the subjects. In which case, Okay. We're back with the live session again to fix the problem. Okay, let me answer real quick some questions that students have asked. Is there a problem with the sound? Can you guys hear me? If you can, please update in the chat here. Okay. Okay, so let me answer real quick some questions here. To answer Christina Lee, yes, you for this semester only register for university course and khusus teras faculty, correct? Ravi Alman, I'll answer your question. Everything will be available in Spectrum, in which we, the student representative, will also guide you guys in terms of how to use Spectrum and how to navigate Spectrum. Because in Spectrum, Spectrum will be the platform in which students will submit your assignments, you will register for tutorials, you will get your lecture notes, you will get your lecture slides, tutorial questions, or anything related to your subject. The lecturer will include it inside Spectrum. So it is also important to know how to navigate Spectrum, in which we, the student representative, will help you guys. Okay, continue with. Okay, for credit, transfer credit, right? If you're from if you were a diploma student, Yin, can you contact me directly in WhatsApp? I'll explain you guys from A to Z regarding the transfer credit. Okay. Okay. Any other questions before we start? If not, we're not going to start the next session. Okay. So okay. Starting from now, any questions that you want to ask, you can directly ask in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. All the student representatives will be available to answer all your questions. Okay, so we proceed with the introduction to Puma. Okay, so to begin introducing, if I were to introduce Puma, I will start with the name. Puma is actually an abbreviation of Persatuan Ekonomi Universiti of Malaya. In which in English it's University of Malaya Economic Society. We were established in 1975, in which the name was officially known as UMECS, UM Economic Society. In 1975, the Puma, the society, is one of the most active society in UM. We've had a big event called the Great Economic Debate, in which it was held annually, sometimes twice a year. The debate has had notable speakers. For example, this is insight for local students. Notable speakers, for example, Tunku Razali. He was the he was the finance minister in 1980s. Also, Tun Musa Hitam, he came to be one of the speakers in the Great Economic Debate. Our society, Puma, was also mentioned in his book, Frankly Speaking, in which Tun Musa Hitam, he was then he was the Minister of Education. All right. So, Puma is commonly known to only provide activities associating to undergraduates. So, in this society, Our mission is to provide a platform in which all local and international students can participate, can enhance their skills, can understand the waters of employment, can understand the conditions of any economic country or economically of any countries and anything related to that. All right. So I move on to the organization of Puma, in which the backbone of this society is handled by two major groups, the Puma Central Committee and the Puma Events Committee. Okay, so to explain in detail of what is Puma in terms of the members. Who are Puma members? In context, Puma members are all FA students who registered as a Puma member. So all FA students, you guys are technically Puma members if you register to be one. Okay. However, there's a different case if you want to be inside Puma Central or you want to be a part of the Puma Events Committee. In this case, I would like to elaborate that Puma Central and Puma Events are in the same level, which I will explain Puma Central first. For Puma Central controls the, technically is the core of Puma, in which it controls all the activities conducted by generally for the students in terms of, for example, public relations and marketing, academics and intellectual, sports and welfare, multimedia and technical. We have divided the Puma Central Committee into 4 groups, in which each group has their own task in providing activities or conducting any programs for the students. So we cater students from the first year until the 4th year, right? So again, I repeat, Puma Central is the core of this society, in which it caters to activities and programs in general for the society, so for all the students in FEA. We're also open to students from outside of FEA, but the main focus of Puma is number 1 will be students of FEA. Alright, next will be next I will explain about Puma events. Like I said before, Puma Central and Puma events is on the same level. However, Puma events are more specific, are more direct. So as for this semester, as for this session, we have 4 main Puma events. The first one will be iWeek. I hope everyone has acknowledged that iWeek will begin in next week. Will begin soon. The iWeek committee has worked hard in terms of communicating with you guys that the event will start next week. All right. Other than that, there is National Young Economist Summit, also known as NYES, Econs Night, and Malaysian University's Economics Conference. Okay, so in terms of, like I said before, in terms of a direct approach, I would like to elaborate that Puma events, each event has their own mission and vision, in which it is aligned to what Puma Central is. However, they are more specific. For example, a brief introduction to iWeek. iWeek is actually stands for Interaction Week, in which freshies, first years, you will have a program with the seniors, mainly to make sure that all the freshies know our faculty. Other than that, to increase the bond between freshies and seniors. All right. So iWeek is technically our own orientation week. As before, if we were to do physical classes in UM, ILUT will be conducted physically, in which the committee will address you guys with the current development of not just the faculty but also Puma. Other than that, during I-Week, we also organize games. The games will be played by both seniors and juniors. There will be groups, and everyone will. Technically, it's an informal orientation session with ice breaking and everything. All right. Okay. So I hope you guys understand in terms of the specific direction for the Puma events. Okay, moving on. Okay, so for Puma Central, actually for Puma as a whole, the high committees is displayed here. In the middle, it's I myself, Haziq, as the president of Puma for session 2019 and 2020. We also have Zen Hao, he is the vice president. Other than the vice president, Zen Hao is also the representative of student union. Is one of the also known as MPP of FEA. Then we have Sharmila Riza. She is the secretary of Puma. And Ho Shi Hao is the treasurer of Puma, and Sophia is she's the assistant secretary of Puma. All right. So in terms of the high committee, I would like to emphasize that the high committee caters to both Puma Central and Puma events. So in each Puma event, they have their own high committee, but at Puma as a whole, the high committee will be the 6 of us, the 5 of us. All right. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so I will begin explaining with the Puma Central departments. In total, we have 4 departments, beginning with Public Relations and Marketing, Academics and Intellectual, Sports and Welfare, Multimedia and Technical. Alright? Okay, so for Public Relations and Marketing, technically the goal of this department is to establish and maintain relationship with internal and external organization. So when it comes to making corporate visits or visiting any companies that's related to economics, statistics, development, or politics, will be the job of this department, the Public Relations and Marketing. So, other than that, if Puma were to create any not intention. Let me try to rephrase that. If Puma were to have any establishments with other companies or other societies internationally or locally, it will be under Public Relations and Marketing department too. Alright, so from the slides you can see that we've been to Great Eastern, we've been to Bursa Malaysia, we've done all these visits. Alright, so I continue with Academics and Intellectual. Okay, so this is another interesting department, a department where it caters to anything that's related to academics. For example, like the department, they organize talks, symposiums, they create infographics relating to current issues in politics, development, economics, statistics, anything in general. We also compile past-year questions for you guys. It will be easier for you guys to navigate whenever nearing finals. Other than that, they enrich the academic program as a whole. This department is important to enrich the academic program for all Puma members. In other words, all members, yeah. Okay, so from the slide, you can see that before this, we had organized a event called TNA, also known as Thursdays Nights of Awesomeness, in which this is a event oftenly organized by Puma Central. We will invite speakers to our faculty, and students are advised to participate because these speakers will cater to anything related to maybe, for example, employment, for our students. Other than that, will be understanding the current situation, economic recession, for example, or anything related to the academic matters of our faculty. All right. So next department will be sports and welfare. So sports and welfare is it's also another interesting department, a fun one, in which the main goal is to maintain an internal relationship between Puma members. They organize fun activities, very productive activities. For example, Puma outing. Um, Puma outing is a really well-known yearly event in which the Department of Sports and Welfare, they organize an outing day for FA students to go to destinations outside the faculty, because outside the campus, to be honest, because we understand that students are not, they don't like to be cramped up in the faculty or in the campus in general. They want to go out with their friends. So that is why the Department of Sports and Welfare, they organize this Puma outing. So considering that there will be no physical classes, there will also be maybe the Puma board will consider whether they want to do Puma outing next session. But as for now, considering that we don't have any, we will not have physical classes soon, Puma outing is still on hold for next session. Okay, so other than that, they also do a Puma Tea Day, in which we will wear our Puma t-shirts. Puma t-shirts will be sold by Puma. On this day, we wear the Puma T to signify that we are from FEA, we are Puma members. Alright, good bonding to create a big team consisting of all FEA students. Yeah?
Untuk tradisional tu, nanti yang mak sebenarnya.
Okay, so we can continue with the next department, which is Multimedia and Technical. So for this department, it handles all multimedia and technical matters related to activities or programs handled by Puma. Other than that, they also handles all Puma social media accounts. They organize this one event called Econs Go Digital, in which the members, they teach FE students on how to use, for example, Photoshop or any systems related to statistics, anything like that. Okay. Other than that, I would also like to inform that if you want to know more updates on what Puma is about or any activities, events related organized by Puma, you can follow or like our social medias. We have an Instagram account, we have a Facebook account, we also have a Twitter account. So for Facebook account, you can just Google Persatuan Ekonomi Muslim Melayu or Puma. For Instagram, it's puma.um. I repeat, Puma.am. If you search for Puma, you will be the first in the search result. Other than that, if you have a Twitter, you can search for Puma_um. We are also on Twitter, right? So all the posters in our social medias are made by the Multimedia and Technical team, right? So next is please visit our social medias for more info on our latest activities, events, or anything related. All right. So I continue with the Puma events. Okay. So Puma events, I will begin with introduction week or I week, an event to help first year juniors to kickstart their amazing journey in the faculty. So in I week is where students know the faculty more. On faculty day, faculty day, students will only know academically of the things that are required. But on I week, you will be communicating with seniors, not just seniors but also your friends, in which you'll know more on the social construct of FA of the faculty. Alright. Next is National Young Economist Summit, also known as NYES. NYES is an annual event mainly to expose participants. We don't just focus on students from FA to participate, but also students from other universities. It is a well-known event. We have been publicized in the Star magazine, the Star News website and everything. So the main focus of NYES is to provide various challenges with panel sessions to discuss on the essence of industries. For example, last NYES, we had a session for 5G economy, in which how are we going to develop with 5G in terms of the economy, right? So for last year, one of the key speakers was we have invited YB Tony Kua to attend our opening ceremony, and the speakers, you can Google if you want to know more on NYES, you can Google NYES or National Economy Summit in Facebook. You can search for it in Facebook and also Instagram. You'll see that last time we had a lot of notable speakers. Right, next is Econs Night. Okay, so Econs Night is more to like what do you call? We don't have, for local students, we don't have prom night in high schools or in secondary schools. But if you are a Puma member, if you are a student of FEA, we do have Econs Night. So Econs Night is like a gala night in which the main purpose is to enhance bonding between staff, lecturers, and students. Everyone is invited. You dress nicely. You eat nice. But unfortunately, the latest Econs Night, which is the last one, we didn't get to organize it because of COVID-19. The cases were bad back then, so we had to postpone Econs Night to next session, which is most probably next year. We'll see how the cases are. If it is permissible, and we can continue with Econs Night. All right. Just to inform, last Ecos Night, the theme was Spring Day. It's nice, right? Okay, so the last event under Puma event will be Malaysian Universities Economic Conference, in which this is one of our newest events. We consider this event as a big and prestigious event where we invite all economic students, only economic students from all the universities in Malaysia to discuss regarding on the economic issue. We will have forums, talks. We invite notable speakers, notable economists to provide their views on the current economic issues of Malaysia or globally. But the best part is we invite all economic students from universities all around Malaysia. So you get to know your friends from other universities, and at the same time discuss about economic issues and related. All right. So before I end introduction to Puma, I would like to inform again that Puma Central, we have our social media. You want to know more on the activities, you want to know more on the events or the programs that we organize, will be in those social medias. For the Puma events, they also have their own social medias. You can just Google National Young Economy Summit or MUEC or Econs Night or IEC. Everything is online. If you want to know more, you can just Google. All right. So thank you. That is all for me. I will pass the floor to Afiq Ikhwan. He is the student union representative for our faculty. All right. Yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Profesor, clear tak? Okay. Saya nak guna nanti masalah. Okay, saya nak guna simple word je. Simple je. Adik ambil masa lama sangat. Saya ambil sikit je. Saya ambil 5 minit sudah. Simple je. So, partial student union ni saya guna menulis lah. Sebab slide saya pun dah saya English. So, itu student boleh baca kot. Saya rasa. So dekat UM kita tak guna MVP disebabkan kita dah ubah sistem dia. MVP lebih kepada macam pengawas sekolah lah. Dia kata dia akan ikut arahan cikgu bagi arahan, MVP kena sampai kepada student. Student union lain, berbeza. Kita lah leader, kita lah buat keputusan untuk student, kita lah yang tentukan polisi sebenarnya sebagai contoh. Isu-isu yuran, isu PAS, isu kemudahan fasiliti, isu rumah sewa, kita ada rumah sewa kita sendiri, kita ada tempat kita sendiri untuk bagi student, tak perlu duit universiti, tak apa, kita boleh gerak sendiri. Itu bezanya NDP dengan KMUM, student union. Okay, kita pergi kepada next slide. Okay, simple je ni, tak baca pun. Next. Okay, ni sejarah dia lah. Sejarah kenapa kita balik kepada APP, kepada KMUM. Sebab kalau ada sistem ni, APP macam saya cakap ni macam pengawas sekolah. Mereka yang dengar macam, kan famous sekarang ni UC punya. Saya tak nak lah nanti sensitif sangat I cerita. Macam tu lah buat saya dia, kita bekerja sebab itu. Kita tak akan ikut arahan misi kalau tidak ada kebaikan panjang. Okay, next. Sebenarnya tu mungkin kawan dah nampak muka saya kat live kan? Live musim raya pada semalam. Dah nampak tak? Pada pernah nampak, tidak biasa tengok muka saya tu. Kalau dah biasa tengok mesti bosan kan? Okay lah, bosannya ajar ni. Dibuat manifesto ni Anies. Yang ni kena potong ni. Okay, tak apa, untuk manifesto ni Anies tak simple, tak apa. Nanti awak boleh tengok dekat Persatuan Mahasiswa Nusa Maya IG punya, IG dan Facebook, IG Facebook ya. Kita buat tulis Persatuan Mahasiswa Nusa Maya, Fakulti Ekonomi, awak boleh tengok semua. Kita ambil semua kejayaan apa yang kita buat. Ni partner saya tak dapat datang ini, dia kacak sikit dengan saya lah. Saya agak macam biasa-biasa, dia kacak sikit lah. Organisasi, ni biasalah, ni my boss, second boss, third boss, semua my boss lah. Saya simple je sebab saya malas nak masuk banyak sangat. Saya nak santai ya. Okay, ni organisasi saya punya, akademi, welfare, politik, media. Dia macam perkumpulan tu beza sikit lah. Beza perkumpulan dengan KM, kita lebih pada welfare dan jaga fasiliti fakulti. Perkumpulan lebih pada program. Kita lebih pada ambil benda-benda yang bagus. Sebagai contoh, kita ambil television dekat fakulti, kita ambil kemudahan baru, bilik study, kita ambil akademik, kita ambil water heater, mesin, cafe, kita ambil benda-benda yang tak terlibat dengan program. Kita lebih pada fasiliti. Okay, different between benda ni. Kita nampak lah, kita buat buku slide ni. Okay, macam saya cakap dia lah. Saya tak nak baca slide, saya nak guna simple word je. Kita cakap, Puma 4 program, AMSU, KMUM, lebih kepada kebajikan, lebih kepada welfare. Okay, simple je, saya tak nak ambil masa lama sangat. What I found should be focus on, okay, ni kejayaan kita lah. Okay, kita tengah increase komputer riba di lab punya. Okay, banyak student, masa sebelum COVID sudah ada fakulti banyak guna orang komputer. Ini semua simple lah, kita buat town hall, memudahkan lagi sistem akademik dengan student. Dan mungkin selepas kita ada buat 2 town hall. Satu town hall tentang e-learning, satu lagi town hall tentang final year project untuk third year. So di situlah di mana mereka akan bagi space yang kita adalah event tu. Dan lagi kita agak bantuan fakulti, banyak fakulti tahun kita juga. Fakulti ekonomi mana memang pengusaha dia lekan dia sebenarnya dia sangat baik lah, sangat mesra dengan student. So ni semua yang kita dah buat pada semester lepas lah. Okay, kita next. Kita dalam proses kita dalam proses untuk buat agihan laptop, agihan komputer itu secara berkala lah kepada student first year. Ini dalam proses lagi, insyaAllah akan ada rezeki kita kerjakan pada semester depan. Yang tak ada kat kolej tak apa, kalau kamu terpilih sebagai yang menerima laptop tu, atau menerima komputer tu, kita suppose laptop tu kat rumah kamu. Tak apa. Ini dalam inisiatif lagi, dalam proses. So mungkin kita akan ada lagi tau. Kita ada bagi duit kepada student dalam bentuk RM30 untuk student beli singkat atau beli kuota internet mereka. Maybe sesuatu ni kita buat agak lah untuk pelajaran baru dan semua pelajaran lain. Simple lah kita dalam proses saya cakap laptop tu lah yang kita dah usaha. Tapi jangan risaulah, yang kamu duduk kat rumah, insyaAllah kita akan post kalau kamu dapat laptop tu. Okay, ini sangat penting sebab kamu kena scan QR code. So mohonlah saya bagi masa dalam 9 minit untuk kamu scan QR code ni. Kamu masuk dalam group ekonomi yang sebenar. Banyak group ekonomi, tapi group ekonomi college banyak yang dibuat oleh student sendiri. Banyak information yang tak jelas. So sini kamu boleh scan QR code tu dan live. Scan tu dah masuk dalam group yang original. Okay.
Aduh, mana baikkan?
Saya bagi masa dalam 1 minit.
Okey mas, tak masuk.
Okay, saya go next lah. Saya pun nak habis ni. Semua lapar, ya Allah. Kenapa muka saya sangat acah? Nama saya Abu Afiqan lah. Saya, nombor saya kalau ada masalah tentang akademi, masalah rumahnya, jangan kontak PM awak tau. Jangan hubungi PM. Jangan susahkan PM, susahkan saya. Saya patut disusahkan. Ni kalau tak nak susahkan saya, susahkan partner saya. Susahkan dia banyak sikit. Yang ni banyak sekali sejarah ni. Susahkan depan banyak sejarah. So dia pada banyak sekali patut disusahkan. Gua ya. Kalau kamu rasa nak kontak saya, kontak je lah. Kalau nak kontak saya, kontak je. Kalau rasa tak nak kontak dia, kawan kacak ni, hubungi je dia. Kalau nak kontak Siti Zala, hubungi je dia. Kontak je. Okey, kita 24 jam kita akan bola kuasa kamu nanti. Kita subjek, rezeki maya, rezeki status, rezeki kamu confused dengan subjek kamu sendiri, confused. Kenapa saya ambil subjek makroekonomi? Kamu confused, boleh juga kontak kami dan mereka bantu lah. Mereka cuba untuk memudahkan lagi sistem-sistem pelajaran kamu. Okey? Okay, saya harap mudah-mudahan semua ni screenshot ni. Okay, next slide. Oh, dah habis lah? Alhamdulillah dah habis. Okay, ada question? Oh, QR code siap. Okay. Okay, ni. Okay. Dalam live nampak tak? Betul. Okay. Ada question? Ada soalan tak? Tanya. Info je, tak apa. Saya buat slide dalam bahasa Inggeris. Saya explain dalam bahasa Melayu, tak apa. Kalau tak ada ni, saya nampak ada student yang susah nak faham dalam bahasa Inggeris, apa. Saya memahami yang lain sama tak. Kita play safe, satu Inggeris, satu Melayu. Boleh je nak question kat saya apa-apa je. Kalau korang tengok live pada semalam, korang ada nampak muka saya, tak face university. Okay, kat situ korang dah nampak, so korang nak tanya lagi soalan tentang apa fakulti yang fakulti buat. So saya boleh explain big lah. Okay, nampak tak? Okay, ada soalan? Tahu korang ada soalan nak jadi, macam mana nak jadi FEA kan? Tahu ada soalan gitu. Nak tanya nak kenapa KD, okay boleh, nanti kontak saya macam mana saya akan guide ni so ni, nanti kontak saya macam mana. Okay, saya akan guide, risau. Untuk kenapa KD semua saya akan guide. Okay. Okay, you can WhatsApp me personal. Okay, you can you get my number one. Boleh ya, okay, I open game okay. 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 Try again. Oh, you nak nombor I ya? Okay. Okay. 016 922 7056. You can see my number. Okay, the question? The question apa tugas sebenar Amsu? Amsu tu bahasa Inggeris, kita guna kat MU Melayu. Okay, ya. Okay, 016 922 7056. Okay. Okay, WhatsApp me. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Ada question? Ada question tak? Tak ada. Soalan tak? Yang tadi jam mana? Nampak, thank you. Okay, thank you. So, ada question? Tak ada. Okay, kalau tak ada question, maknanya kita habis kat sini lah kan. Ingat apa-apa ada masalah tentang spektor, tentang namanya tak tahu nak apa kata, nak register saja ke tak tahu nak belajar pening dengan makro kalau susah. Yang kontak online, kontak saya. Okay, susahkan saya, jangan susahkan PM anda. Jangan susahkan PM kondisi anda, sebab PM kondisi anda dah susah, dah penat lah. So susahkan saya, sebab saya kurang penat. Okay. Okay, jelas lagi, susahkan saya. Kontak dia saya, tadi nombor saya dah pergi. Bising yang lagu. Cakap, macam mana saya nak buat macam ni, tak apa. Kita akan tolong. Ada ramai senior lagu tu. Ramai senior akan bantu dan semua nanti. Jangan risau, okay? Oh, WeChat eh? Oh, okay. Nanti I add WeChat. Okay, it's okay. For international student, after this my friend akan create the new group for international student. Okay, do not worry. We are going to send the email, invite you in the group. Do not worry, okay? For international student, okay? International. Yeah, do not worry. Okay, for now I think. Clear. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Ni kau ada bukan ni. Tak, semua thank you, ibu jawab thank you. Okay, for now, before we end, we will end at 1:35. Last before we end, any question can ask here. So you don't have to ask in the group.
So boring kan? Bos saya kan asyik tanya lagu je. Tanya sini pula. Jangan buka saya kan macam kan. Boleh tu. Kita santai je. Sesi ni dia santai yang simple. Terus tanya je.
Kalau you from diploma UMC set boleh. Dari apa? Senang. Boleh. Sebab yang paling senang is from UMC set lah. Diploma.
You can ask anything.
Nanti kalau saya masuk.
How to be the Amsu, how to be the Puma, I will join Puma, I will join SMT. Okay. Sebab itu memang spektur tu sabar, dia bukan sensitif. Sebab kamu baru ini, dia saja dapat dalam 2-3 hari sebelum 12 bulan lah, saya katakan kamu dah semua spektur dah update, dah full semua saja yang kamu ambil untuk makro 1, makro 2, makro 3, semua saja yang kamu dah ambil akan ada dalam spektur. Kalau tak ada dalam spektur tu, WhatsApp saya, jangan WhatsApp orang lain, kontak saya, susahkan saya, jangan susahkan PM kamu. Okay. Okay. No sangat. Okay. Ada question lain tentang fakulti? Bila saya boleh datang fakulti ke saya tak nak datang fakulti, saya lebih selesa study kat rumah. Okay. Saya dekat rumah dulu. Apa? Tentang fakulti ni, kamu boleh contact saya tu. Kamu nak buat apa tu, scholarship ke, kamu nak buat apa. Kau mesti ada nanti lecture online, dia bergantung pada lecture semua. Nanti lecture buat online, tapi dia bukan pada lecture untuk buat nak rekod atau just buat live je. Okay, dia bukan pada lecture kamu sendiri. Kita akan, jadi kamu boleh minta ada betul. Okay, sesi spektrum akan dibeli oleh IB. Okay, Aziz, I can pass to Aziz to answer this question.
Okay, for regarding spectrum session, actually it's not that hard to navigate. If you go to Spectrum you log in to your account and you can try if your subjects are there already. Hopefully by the next 2 days or the next 3 days, your subjects will be available in Spectrum. You can navigate by yourself. It's not that hard to navigate, but at the same time, at most by this week or next week, we will provide the specific details of Spectrum. Because we ourselves, the second and third year students, our Spectrum has not been updated yet to give time for you guys to register. So hopefully by this week or next week.
Okay.
There'll be sessions. Okay.
Jika tak ada, awak boleh WhatsApp saya semua, okay? WhatsApp saya, kontak saya, call saya, okay? Semua boleh. Okay, kalau tak ada, next week tu. Saya akan bantu ni, okay? Saya akan bantu untuk selesaikan semua masalah. Kamu tentang standard, tentang ekonomi, tentang tentang scholarship, kalau ada student yang nak masuk scholarship semua. 1:35 kita stop, okay? So boleh tanya soalan lain, kita akan buka lagi question, Q&A. Sila bertanya, tak clear kita akan tanya.
Hello, tengah santai soalan awak.
Okay. Di sini nombor. Okay. Kita WhatsApp ni, okay? If anything is personal problem, you can personal problem. Okay. You can WhatsApp me about faculty, about your problem is better, Maya. So you financial, you have problem in financial, WhatsApp me. Do not ask you PM. Tak susahkan dia, susahkan saya. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Dah tunjuk tadi.
Exclude.
How to do it? Okey, untuk refund tentang yuran MSF tu, kalau kamu tak datang ke UM, kita tengah usahakan. Inilah tugas UM, bukan MAP. Kita tengah usahakan. Dah ada kita kerja, tak logik. Kamu tak datang MSF tapi kamu kena bayar RM900. Tak logik. Tak logik. Adakah itu tindakan yang berzalimi student? Adakah itu tindakan yang apa kan, yang menindas atau menghina student kalau kamu ambil juga duit student, tapi MSF tidak dilaksanakan seperti yang diminta. Kita bayar RM900 untuk dapat MSF yang ada kelas, bukan yang orang kata bukan dalam ini dalam usaha lagi. Kita akan cuba untuk refund. Kita dah minta ni, kita akan cubalah. Ini Haji Aswar akan bincang Presiden KUM dan bincang dengan VP tetapkan. Okey.
Okay, that's all from us. We have ended the session today. Any further questions regarding anything, personal, faculty, academics and anything, you can PM Afiq, or you can also PM me. My name is Hazib. I'm in the Freshies group also. Okay, that's it. Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.